Hi everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today I'll be cooking one of the best culinary creations by the Nyonyas. It is called Bak Wan Kepiting. Bak Wan means meatballs and Kepiting refers to crab. This Nyonya soup dish is delicately flavored, relying almost completely on the stock and the meatballs to provide flavor. It is a must-have soup dish in many Peranakan households during Chinese New Year. Come along with me to see how the soup is prepared. Here I've got 2 crabs, each weighing about 350 grams. We are going to steam it to extract the flesh. So steam the crabs for 12 minutes. So 12 minutes later, we can take the crabs out and cool it. Then we start off by removing the legs. Then gently pull back the abdomen flap and the shell. Reserve the shells for garnishing later on. Also remove the gills and the mouth parts of the crab. The gills and the mouth parts, you can just throw them away. They are a bit fibrous, cannot be eaten. So this looks like a female crab with a roe. So we are going to put the roe and it's very nice. Don't throw them away. And I use a knife to get the flesh out. You can also use seafood fork, metal skewers, or any small knife that you can find. So as for the legs, I use the knife to crack it and then just slowly ease out and tease out the flesh. Okay, so finally I got 150 grams of fresh crab meat. So that's not enough, so I'm going to supplement it with 200 grams of chilled crab meat. It is in a can in a chiller compartment. You can also use frozen crab meat. So remember to thaw it before you start using it. So this is the chilled canned crab meat, about 200 grams each can. So I'm going to add all these together. Now, we need to cut a few things, starting with the young bamboo shoots. I bought it from the supermarket in a pack like that. On the pack, it writes poached bamboo shoots, so which means that it is already cooked. We need not cook it anymore. So all I did was to rinse it in hot water. Other vegetables are the carrots and also the shiitake mushrooms. So all we have to do now is to cut the bamboo shoots into 2 millimeter thick and 4 cm long. So it looks something like that, yeah, the dimension of a matchstick. So do the same thing for the carrots. Also julienne it into approximately 3 mm thick and 4 cm long. So something like a matchstick like this. Yep. Alright, as for the shiitake mushroom, I've soaked it in hot water for 30 minutes. It's nice and soft now. So all you have to do is to remove the tough stem and to cut it into half like that to thin it down before we julienne it into approximately also 2 mm thick and about 4 cm long. Something like this. So as for my prawns, I've got 150 grams of fresh prawn meat. Just cut it into 1 cm cubes like this. I like my prawns to be a bit chunky so that there is a bite to it when we enjoy it. So here is the minced garlic. I have 50 grams of minced garlic. So what I want to do is to stir fry it until it's golden brown. It is important to add minced garlic into this dish as it serves as a powerhouse to elevate the flavor and aroma of this soup. So once it's golden brown, put it aside. Now let's prepare the meatballs. For the meatballs, we have 500 grams of minced pork. Then we add our fresh crab meat and the chilled crab meat, all in. Also add in our diced prawns. Then our shredded shiitake mushrooms, the julienned carrots, and also I have 4 tablespoons of chopped spring onions. So put all these in. As for the seasonings, we will have 2 tablespoons of light soya sauce, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 2 tablespoons of tapioca flour, and I also added 2 eggs to bind the meatballs together so that the meatballs do not fall apart when we cook them. 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of sesame seed oil. So then the last but not least, half of the crispy fried onions or garlic. Okay, mix all these thoroughly. Okay, once it has been mixed like that, we just put it aside to stand for about 10 minutes. You can also put or chill it in the fridge for about 10 minutes. So after that, we can then form our meatballs. So our plan is to roll the meatballs into 4 cm spheres. So it's better to prepare it now before cooking rather than prepare and then while we are cooking. Yeah, so there will be a big hurry. So okay, so we do it for everything until we finish all our meat. So all ready. So now we can start to cook. We use a big soup pot. And into the soup pot, we are going to put 2 liters of chicken broth. So this is a store-bought chicken broth, but if you have time, it would be good to make your own chicken broth, using the bones from the pork as well as from the chicken. I've also added 1 liter of water. So bring all these to boil. So once it comes to a boil, we are going to add in the leftover carrots and also the bamboo shoots. So we're going to bring this to boil. So once it's boiling, we can then start to add our meatballs. So add the meatballs one at a time. So put it in a certain location and then the next one put in another location, so it gives the meatballs, the previous meatballs, some time to cook and to firm up so that it does not break. So once all added, I also added 1 tablespoon of sugar to balance the taste. So all this can be boiled for 10 minutes. So once it's boiling, we know that our meatballs are cooked. So how do we know that they are cooked? Then you'll see that the meatballs float to the surface, and when they, when you step it with the ladle, it is slightly firm. So looks like our meatballs are ready. So this Bak Wan Kepiting soup is normally served in a big bowl, which takes center stage at the dining table during Chinese New Year or family gatherings. We can garnish the soup with the crab shells, crispy minced garlic, and a couple of sprigs of coriander. For the individual servings, dish out a couple of scoops of broth and a couple of meatballs. I always love to serve this with SAMBAL BELACAN, topped with a squeeze of limau kasturi, our local lime. Dollop a bit of the sambal belacan on our meatballs, or just dip the balls into the sambal belacan into the individual sambal belacan dish. This dish is not just a yummy dish, it is also a symbol of warmth and togetherness. It embodies cultural significance which guarantees an unforgettable culinary experience. Do give this dish a try someday. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, happy cooking!